Hello ladies, my name is Missy Farmer, and today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious and savory appetizer that will bring a tropical vacation right into your home. When me and my husband got married 2 years ago, we loved to travel, but now he's a full-time law student and I have a 10-month-old baby at home, so traveling is not always feasible for us. So we decided last year that instead of being disappointed by not going on vacations, we were going to learn how to bring vacations right into our home. So today, this appetizer is perfect for that because it's savory, sweet, and tropical. And when you taste it, you feel like you're on vacation. So you make yourself a little pina colada, sit outside, and enjoy this appetizer because I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Alright, so we're going to start off first by making a macadamia nut crust for a pineapple and scallion cheesecake that's going to go in this cheesecake pan, and then we're going to top it with fried coconut shrimp. So I have here 1 cup of finely ground macadamia nuts and 1 cup of club crackers that I just pulsed together in my Cuisinart. And I have this cheesecake pan, and if you see, the little bottom pops out, and so it's easy to take out. I realize not everyone has a cheesecake pan, which is fine if you don't use a muffin pan. Alright, so we have the 1 cup of breadcrumb, 1 cup of macadamia nuts, and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm just going to add these 2 together. Alright. And you just want to make sure it's moist enough. Depending on your macadamia nuts, because mine are pretty moist when I ground them up, I don't think I will need any more butter. But if you do, just make sure you add it to where it's moist enough that it will come out of the pan okay. And I love this cheesecake pan. Me and my mom love to bake, and so we got this cheesecake pan for my high school graduation, and we made a ton of different cheesecakes for my party. Okay, here we go. See how it's moist, and it still crumbles, but it's definitely moist enough to stick to the pan. So you're going to divide this mixture evenly into all of the tins. Alright, and you're just going to carefully use your fingers and press it down in there. And you want to get it as solid as you can because it's going to need to be compact so that when you pull it out, it all sticks together and when you bite into it, it doesn't crumble. And I love macadamia nuts. It reminds me of vacationing in Hawaii and just sitting on the beach and enjoying our time. So this recipe really, really brings a vacation into your home. And it's important to do that, to remember that you need to still have fun on vacation, even when you can't afford to go out and do it. Alright, we're just going to fill these out. So I'm pressing down my last 3 little molds here. And you really want to make sure and get them in really firmly, like I said. Otherwise they'll crumble everywhere, and nobody wants that. Okay, so I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to bake these for 10 to 15 minutes till they get a little bit brown. And then immediately pull them out, put them on a cooling rack, and let them cool, and then we're going to put the filling in and get it in the fridge. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get my cream cheese mixture going while my crust is in the oven. I have 2 blocks of Philadelphia cream cheese, and I have half of a cup of crushed drained pineapple. Make sure you drain it because it'll get a little bit too watery. I mean, as you can see, I have a little bit of juice, but get the most of the juice out of there. I'm going to go do half of a cup, and we're just going to pulse it until it's nice and creamy and fluffy, because you want the cream cheese to get nice and fluffy, so when you bite into it, it has lots of air in it. Alright, and it's important to do this with room temperature cream cheese, otherwise you'll never get it blended well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this in a bowl and then add the rest of my ingredients. Alright, so I just added in 1/2 cup more of the drained pineapple because you want to keep some of the chunks in there, and when you pulse it on the food processor, it breaks that down, so that way we have some more chunks in there. And I love pineapple, so feel free to add more as you want. It's just going to make it more sweet, so don't add too much. Alright, now we have 1/4 of a cup of chopped scallions, which is just the green tops of the onions. And this is what brings in that savory flavor, which is what you want. And of course, if you like extra heat, you can go ahead and add in a diced jalapeno, but I wanted to make this not too hot today because my husband doesn't like it too spicy, so we're going to do it this way. Always got to make the husband happy. Okay, now we have about 1/4 of a lime, and I'm going to squeeze. You don't want too much because you don't want it to be limey, but I would say, honestly, it's like 1/8 of a teaspoon. Not very much, but enough to bring in that nice zesty flavor. Alright, so you just mix this all together until it's blended. And you're going to go ahead and put it in the fridge because we want to make sure and let it get a little bit more set up before you put it in the muffin tins. While everything's in the fridge chilling and I have the macadamia nut crust right there cooling off before I fill those up, I'm going to get the shrimp prepped because we want to get the shrimp battered and put in the fridge for about 20 minutes before we deep fry it. It helps the crust to really stick to it. Okay, so I have 20 small, deveined, peeled shrimp right here, which is the way you want to go, unless if you really like to take the time yourself and devein it, go for it. I'm not into touching that, so I get mine done ahead of time. I have 1 egg and 1 egg white right here, just lightly beaten to dip it in. And then right here we have 1 cup of sweetened coconut, 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs, and the zest of 1 lime, a small lime. And I really like the panko breadcrumbs because I think that they make it much more crispy. Alright, so we're just going to take the shrimp, hold it by the tail, lightly dredge it in that, try and get all the excess off, and then this is where we really want to coat it good. I love, love, love coconuts. Anything and everything that has coconut I love, so there we go. There's one. We're just going to do this process for all of the shrimp until they're all ready to go, and then we'll get them in the fridge. And we're on the last 2 shrimp here. We're just going to get them in the egg batter. Make sure they're coated real well, otherwise that coconut won't stick. And then into the coconut mixture. And then we're going to go ahead and stick these in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes. And that way, this mixture will really stick to it when we fry it, because when it sits in the fridge, it all soaks it all up and gets all firm again, and that's exactly what we want, so we get a nice and crispy coat, and also that way the coconut can really crisp up. So our macadamia nut crust has been chilling for 15 minutes now at room temperature, and we're going to go ahead and fill them with the cream cheese mixture that's been in the fridge for those 15 minutes. Take a rounded spoon, full, and fill them pretty much to the top. Make it as even as clean as you can, and spread it out all evenly for the 12 cheesecakes. Now we're ready to start frying up our coconut shrimp, and I've got it heated to in between 325 and 350 degrees, and I'm going to do about 4 pieces of shrimp at a time, otherwise it will bring the temperature down too much. And we're just going to set them in there carefully. And these are going to fry for about 2 to 4 minutes. Shrimp cooks really fast, so you just want to cook it until it's about golden brown. Alright, we're on our last 2 shrimp here. We have about maybe 10 more seconds. Okay, now we're going to get these off and drain them. And I have them on a cookie rack over a cookie sheet so that all the oil can drain off. And now we're ready to get these plated up on top of our mini cheesecakes. Okay, ladies, everything is done. I've got my cheesecake plated up. I've got the shrimp done and put on there, and I garnished it with some scallions. And I think the best way to enjoy food is with friends and family. So I want to encourage all of you ladies to go ahead and make this dish this weekend and have your own little mini vacation at home with your families and enjoy every minute with them.